5G rugby pitch. It's actually a community field. All the sports use it.
Dorothy, just stay down there, yeah.
And France into the 22, and if their warm-up is anything to go by, their line-out is decent.
6 man.
So Sha making her 57th appearance for her country today. So not lacking experience.
Mind in the front.
Plenty of movement. That's a good take.
No compete.
They'll use that maul, and it is powerful. It is a real weapon. Sansus waits at the back.
Good counter there from Ireland. Really stopped the French movement going forward, forced them to break away.
Sansus, they like to go at pace, at speed. Escudero. Ireland rushing up, in fairness, not giving France any room. Then, just as I say that, Bernadou goes with a good carry. The ball is lost, but it was backwards. Ireland get it back. Advantage. It's a knock-on and a French ball.
Really good pressure there from Ireland, really getting into the French faces, not letting them get too much go forward or momentum. And again, that pressure forcing that knock-on in the tackle.
Go out there, making her first appearance for Ireland here in that game against Australia.
I think it shows the French intention. They want that offload. They want to suck in the Irish defence and just get that ball off.
You're waiting with Aaron.
Bind. Set.
Sansus in.
Round on the mark. Same scrum.
France again get the put in.
Solid scrum from both sides. Nice position.
Hold on the set.
France have won 19 of their previous 22 games against Ireland in the Guinness Women's Six Nations. And there is their coaching brains trust. There's nothing wrong with being beaten by France, and Ireland have been regularly in the last couple of years. The trouble was, and has been, that it's always been by 20 points or more. Ireland looked like they could get closer last year. As Scott Beeman said, they wanted to fire some shots in that game, and they did. And a lot of Irish players have spoken about how they began to believe something was happening in that game. Sansus on the break. France, for them, something is happening there. Can they get it out quickly? Falou is there. Here comes the carry. France so powerful. Sansus. Sansus somehow it comes back to her. Then she gave it off to Arbez. It's an unusual kick, but it might be effective to Ménager, who has switched jerseys with her opposite wing. France get the penalty.
Yeah. Number 3, not driving straight.
You had to take the chance, and you had that advantage. You know, you had to see what could work, just to test, to keep the Irish back line honest as well. Shows intention here, going for the corner instead of the posts.
Dugan pinged France with the penalty into the corner. They go, though, not as into the corner as perhaps they could have.
Okay, you'd imagine Ireland will stay down here just to get that pressure on that maul, because you know exactly this is a maul area.
So Sha finds her target. Again, it's the maul. It's good for France. Bernadou minding it at the back. So Sha getting involved. Sansus waiting as always, watching as always, ready as always.
Really good maul defence there from Ireland, forcing France towards that touchline.
The carry comes, and it's good from the French second row. Foul with that carry. Now they move it through the hands, and it's Bernadou. Sansus. Again, they're keeping it tight. The carrier wrapped up. That's Escudero. France have advantage coming. Sansus, as they continue to play it, trying to break through his foul. Sansus again. They're trying to up the intensity, up the pace, and they're in. Well, they just went through the phases, turned up the heat on Ireland, and eventually it did become too hot. France 5, Ireland 0.
It's a really good play there from France, sucking in the Irish defence, keeping it tight, and then seeing that line from Vernier. That's her bread and butter.
Vernier there to finish. One could argue the hard work was done before. What a way for Vernier to celebrate a big, big day for her, winning her 50th cap.
The carry here from Falvar-Clou, like she sucked in 3 Irish defenders, and then again left that gap. Bit of disconnect here between McGann and O'Brien.
Well, I was just about to say, maybe I was a bit harder on her by saying that the hard work had been done. She still had to beat 2 Irish players. Will they be disappointed that she cut through there?
You would completely, considering they had enough people to cover it.
Will they add the extras? The answer is yes. Over it goes from Bourgeois, the 22-year-old. Actually made her France debut in that 53-3 win against Ireland a couple of years ago. So we talked about Ireland trying to land a knockout blow. They've got to pick themselves off the canvas first. O'Brien. France will just clear. It's good solid stuff from Arbez.
It's okay.
Solid clearance there. It then gives a nice attacking platform for Ireland. They can do their punch play. Quick line out here.
Very quick. Here's Wafer, who loves to carry. Didn't really get the chance there, but she wasn't denied the second time. Just pumped those legs.
Advantage. 3 not rolling.
Emily Lane. Good take by Jugang.
Really good line speed there from Fal Raclou. Put pressure on Jugang.
Not rolling.
But Ireland win the penalty. France didn't roll away, I think is what Holly Davidson is saying. And signalling.
Bernadou was caught at the base of the ruck there.
O'Brien brings Ireland up the pitch and deeper into French territory. And this is a good response to the concession of an early try.
On the tee, okay? That's you.
Jones, the vice-captain.
Guys, you're coming in slow and then you're shouting down.
Fran
How many
Ballerina
numbers?
has played for Malone in the past as well.
Okay.
Won her
Fine
third
man.
Premiership medal
Okay.
last weekend with Gloucester Hartbury. And that's a good line out from Ireland. Wafer tries to break away, had runners on her shoulder. Lane. It goes loose. Jugang picks it up and secures possession. But unfortunately, Ireland have been penalised.
It's scrappy there from Ireland. They ever wanted to go forward, get on the ball. Just need to chop your feet that split second and just focus on
girls,
bread and butter,
inside.
ball in hand.
Well, they've done so much right here, so it is frustrating to give France the chance to clear it.
Okay.
In the lead into that win against the Black Ferns, they did train against France. They said it helped because of the intensity and just the chaos that France bring.
Crouch!
And I think, you know, training against them like that, it kind of gets rid of that fear factor, you know, the aura that France can bring. So they wouldn't be as intimidated as previous years, you'd imagine.
No, up and come.
Holly Davidson being dragged into the action
The
there.
message I just gave you is find stability on set. At the moment, you're hit chasing. We need clear stop before the ball comes in.
Really clear communication there from Holly Davidson. She just wants that stability. So it's what you'd have. Everyone's itching forward. They want that big hit. They're getting that lean. So just getting the basics right, and we'll go from here.
Bind!
No player making a debut for France today. It says an awful lot
Set!
about their players and their ability and their experience. France have been runners up in each of the last 5 editions of the Six Nations. That's something they want to improve on. Arbez.
Hold there now.
Nice strong clearance again by Arbez. I think it's interesting as well, Falou has made it clear that they're focusing on winning the Six Nations this year. Another quick line out, seems to be a common team from Ireland.
Again, a bit of chaos out there. Nevo Dowd carries, a very powerful player, a very fast player. Noddy, as she's known. Ireland attacking this breakdown with pace and intensity. Here's O'Brien now trying to sliver through his Dalton, and she's done it. Dalton has support with her. Dalton gives it off there. It's Higgins. Higgins finds it way to Amy Lee Costigan. Costigan back inside, and now it's Higgins. Higgins stopped, but taking it up as flood. This is good from Ireland. What a fast break that was. Carrying now Brittany Hogan. Trying to dig it out his lane. It's a little bit messy, but Jugang secures it. It was a good break, and Ireland have set up a chance. O'Brien into the corner where there is a player, but there was just a little bit too much on that from McGann.
Straight out.
The idea was good, the execution just a little bit off.
idea was good. It's just in those situations when you don't have advantage, quick hands was an option there as well. You had Flood coming up on her outside shoulder, who was an option.
Well, we are going to the TMO. Our TMO, by the way, is Rachel Horton.
Blue 6. I'm going to show you foul play against blue number 6.
That's Escudero. And you'll see what the ref sees here on the big screen in Kingspan Stadium.
We're looking at foul play against blue 6, okay? Okay, it's a high tackle by 6 blue. It would be penalty only for me. And then we play advantage all the way up to the 5. So for me, penalty advantage is over. And we play the line out. Okay, so I have a decision.
Back on you, Holly.
Thanks. It would be a penalty only. However, we've played the advantage clearly down deep into the 22. So advantage is over and we play the line out.
Some really clear refereeing and decision making there from Holly Davidson, not getting sucked into taking too long.
Girls,
I think it's quite fair. I suppose Emily Lane was dipping, she was falling as she was passing. Escalator, there was no real malice in that tackle.
And interestingly, the ref is mic'd up to the PA system, so the crowd hears what she's saying as well, which is really good. Gets them even more involved in the game. Okemba took that one well. France will try and run it out. But they don't get very far. They try to recycle. Ireland looking to turn this one over. Sansus goes to Arbez, and that is not a comfortable clearance, and that's good pressure from Ireland.
Ireland were very happy with that outcome from there, from that French possession. Again, it gives them a nice attacking platform on the 22.
Well, here's that attacking move. Aoife Dalton making the break. On her shoulder was Eve Higgins. Outside was Amy Lee Costigan. She gave it off to Higgins, who tried to get in, but they set up a chance which unfortunately they couldn't take. Will they set up another one here? That was a good take. I think that was Dorothy Wall. Ireland going at pace again. Now trying to carry Brittany Hogan. They've lost the ball. Well, they dropped it, but they didn't lose it. Now it's Campbell. Lane gives to her right. Ireland give France plenty of it. Here's Lane. Dalton went outside. Flood tried to find a way through. Lane might have a little snipe here. Kind of cannon it off Hogan. It goes forward. It will be a French advantage and a French scrum now.
I think there's clear intent from Ireland to play at that speed, to get that go-forward ball, to put France on the back foot and under pressure. So it's really positive there, just working on those unforced errors. I think what's really clear in that just line of attack is that they're really focused on that latch and drive, getting those extra few metres out of France, and I suppose forcing in those French defenders as well to make them narrow on the edge.
It was fired at Hogan. It was hard for her to do anything about that. The Ulster player who has scored tries in the Six Nations in the past, 2-0 from Colinchie and County Down. Player of the match against Scotland here last year.
Interesting here, you see Hogan and Wafer swapping on defensive scrums. Wafer's go back into open side.
Straight out the tunnel. Same scrum, girls, same scrum.
We'll go again with France getting the put in again.
French ball. Girls on the last scrum.
There's been knock-ons and errors, but if Ireland can cut that out, there's a possibility of something here.
Absolutely. There's clear chances there, there's clear options there, and they are executing and making and identifying and those gaps. So hopefully we see more of it going forward.
Crouch.
Usually those balls to stick on hand and just go from there.
Ireland have won 2 of their last 3 in the Six Nations.
Set. Hold.
They look to make it 3 from 4 today.
Yes.
Breaking off is Felou. Ireland making the chop tackle. Sansus goes short, and carrying again is foul.
Onside green.
Sansus and Arbez will clear again. Her last one wasn't great. This one is right down towards Stacey Flood. Amy Lee Costigan. Great footwork from Costigan. Formerly Murphy Crow, got married and rebranded. Taking it well as Ruth Campbell. Has a runner on her shoulder, the ball carrier. That runner was Aoife Wafer. No doubt France have identified her, and They want to stop her at any possible chance. Again, they were moving it around quickly, maybe a bit too quick. I'm not sure if that was the fault of O'Dowd. Again, the pass came at her very, very quick, and she was very, very close to it. France will play because they've got it turned over. Little show and go from Escudero.
Off feet.
So really strong defence there from again, showing up high, limiting that French attacking pass going wide.
Falou breaching that Ireland 10 metres line. Advantage coming for Ireland, who have turned it over brilliantly.
15.
That's great play at the breakdown from Ireland. O'Brien will clear this. The bounce just slowed it up a bit. It does allow Ireland to put a bit of pressure on Arbez, but Arbez sends it straight back to Stacey Flood, who was like a magnet to that ball. Now Flood will counter-attack. Lane, the Mallow woman who's based in Dublin. Wall. Lane. O'Brien. Solid strike from the Carlow woman. It's an inviting bounce for Arbez to run onto.
6.
Flood and O'Brien have a little on-pitch discussion. It will be Flood. Flood with the dipper. Will it work out? No. There was inches in it. She was unlucky, but it is out on the full. Just over an ankle injury, Stacey Flood. Good to have her back.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose she gives that attacking option as well. Links well with her back line.
I'll get them, girls.
An Olympian and a former Dublin Gaelic footballer to boot as well.
Girls,
I think it's fair to call her an all-rounder.
6.
She's again, it's another unforced error from Ireland, putting themselves under pressure.
Sosha. Escudero takes it.
Maul.
And it's no shock that France go to the maul. Sosha secures the ball under her arm at the back. Now it's Sansus now trying to weave through his Lorenz.
First player, turnover.
Ball breaks, Sansus grabbed it, gave it off to Escudero, who tries to punch a hole. Now it's into Condé. France looking good for a try here. There's plenty of room for her to run into. It's Ménager who dots it down, and France get their second try.
Okay, girls. 18 in.
Well, a change in jersey, a late change in jersey for Ménager before the game, but not a late change in finishing ability.
Ireland when they're going quick on their line-outs. Just making sure the French back line are...
And it's such a pity for Ireland because they got a bit of territory, got a bit of possession, but France, once they got into the 22, punished Ireland yet again. Great offloading, solid handling. Flood did her best to stop Ménager, but that was a near impossible task.
It's really good hands, some good like here to keep the ball alive. And now she's going to finish those all day.
That Condé-Bourgeois movement, the exchange between the two of those players, those are the kind of opportunities that Ireland have been fumbling so far, but France have got it right. Yeah.
Making them stick.
And that kick sticks as well.
Excellent conversion again. 14-0. France will take great confidence from that because they have been defending for large facets of this game so far. Then the two opportunities they've had in the Irish 22, they've executed and come out with points.
Same Donna.
Well, a lot of the talk before this game was which France would turn up. I think we now know. And so does he, Scott Beamont. He was expecting, no doubt, a good start by France. Sansus fumbles, but backwards. And then it cannoned off one of the Irish players and into the path of another. It was well collected by Eve Higgins. That looked like potentially a high tackle. We might come back to that. Now going with it is Niamh O'Dowd, using that power and that pace. Lane, O'Brien just went through the hands. And Erin King, her first real chance to carry so far. Jugang showing good footwork. Lane, King on a bit of a loop. Fired it wide. It was a good pass to McGann. McGann did well. Lane, she'll go back inside with Wafer as an option, and that's the option she takes. Lane, good take by Flood. Popped it off to Jones. Lane, O'Brien swept it to Higgins. Higgins had to change the angle of her run and did it well as well. Lane.
Advantage, it was high on number 2 Ireland.
Takes the contact. Ireland have the advantage. Lane, Wall,
New advantage, not rolling.
France have it rolled away, so Ireland have the advantage, and now Ireland have the penalty, and that's a really good response to the concession of that second try.
Not rolling and high.
So will they take the points here, or will they go to the corner? It looks like she's happy enough to go to the corner.
Penalty here. We're just over on the 15 against number 2. Yeah. Here, yep.
Into the corner they go.
Thanks, Rich.
And there was never a doubt. Dan O'Brien didn't even enter into discussions.
No, obviously, you're 14-0 down, you need to get points on the board. I suppose they're focusing on that. They want to win this game, they made it clear.
Dan O'Brien from Tullow, the same place as Sean O'Brien. Here's Jones. Finds King at the back. This is good from Ireland. Wafer, can she crash through? Wafer dots it down. What a try! What a carry! What a score for Ireland! Much needed.
Excellent set piece play there from Ireland. Really good execution. Great carry by Wafer, pumping those legs for getting over that line. She still had a lot of work to do when she got that ball, so really good execution. Great team try.
An early birthday present for Aoife Wafer, who celebrates next Tuesday, but she's celebrating right now with Ireland's first try in the Guinness Six Nations.
Really good execution on the lift there. Nice loop around. Wall stuck in foul there.
Thanks, Rich.
Kind of forcing that gap.
Really good take by King. Wafer on the loop. Keith Wood-esque. You know the try I'm referring to, the one against England. Here's O'Brien. In a game where every point could count, this is a massive, massive kick. She was unlucky, just kind of veered off. But it's a good response by Ireland, and Aoife Wafer does what a leader does. She was the Rugby Writers Player of the Year last year. You can understand why. Actually, I didn't even see that in the live action. Wall actually very quickly was able to flick it. Yeah.
Really good pivot. And O'Dowd as well, kind of forcing that lat, sucking in a player and leaving that gap. But Wafer had an awful lot to do, so really good execution.
Dropped by Costigan, hacked forward by Menage. Lane has to be careful here. Trying to play a bit of soccer with it there was Okemba. Ireland have got it back, and now they're on the break, and it's a good break as well. What can they do? It's intercepted by Sansus. Sansus trying to get away from Costigan. France with the penalty.
Second time.
It's a bit of a mad game, isn't it?
It's end-to-end stuff, really. Both teams just want to play.
Jouet.
Okay.
I love that on the 5G surface, players still trying to pick up a blade of grass. Arbez. That landed just inside the Irish 22.
Put them on the
Lane was unlucky with the bounce there, but she did well to recover and break away.
I'll get them for you, girls. How many?
There's pace in this Irish team, isn't there?
7.
Just very unfortunate there. She heard the call on her left. On the right, you'd Costigan, who was free with open space. But so it's just a warning shot again. What can happen?
So shot. France take it to Escudero.
Drive.
France with a penalty advantage here. Ireland drove early on that defensive maul.
Stay there.
Sansus pops out, but as you say, France have the advantage. France have the penalty.
Number 1. Early drive at the lineup.
Niamh O'Dowd pinged.
France are going straight for the corner.
Girls, wait till they're on the floor. Okay? Guys, take the line. Take the line. Yeah, just wait, okay? On the drive. That was fine. Yep.
Sosha knocked down to Sansus. Gave it off to the centre, Vernier.
No hands now, thank you.
Sansus. Is that Sosha trying to batter her way through? Ireland hold her up for now and hold her out for now. It's a bit of an arm wrestle, isn't it? And it's Ireland who win the arm wrestle, and Ireland who get the decision.
Superb Irish defence there, getting under Sosha, holding her up. Then everyone just piles in to secure that. Really good set play.
Okay, girls, find that stability on their ball as well. Yeah.
Jones and Hogan there really really getting under Sosha, holding her up, just having that rugby IQ to see what's around him.
Okay.
Really good understanding. You'd imagine France do everything to try and attack this Irish scrum.
Set! We're scrummaging before the ball. Play on, it's at the back of the scrum.
Wafer breaks. Ireland had the free kick. O'Dowd, Wall. Lane, O'Brien, who will clear. And clears confidently.
I'll put Ireland on the line.
Well, she got the ball away, that's all that counts.
I'll get numbers, stay on the line. Sorry. 6.
Armour again.
You need just someone in the Irish defensive line there, just getting there, just standing in it as a shadow, even just stopping Rd1 Sansus, getting that free rein, putting that pressure on O'Brien.
Escudero.
Maul.
And trying to break away is Brousseau. Sansus. Escudero. Sansus taking and juggling there was Falou.
Good, clear out's fine.
Sansus trying to break now is Bernadou.
And away!
Really strong counter here from Ireland.
It's excellent from Ireland, who have turned it over. Niamh O'Dowd was trying to get her hands on it. It's back on the French side now.
Use it, France.
Sansus. Escudero assisting the carrier. Sansus trying to cut through his Falou.
Onside one.
Sosha. Sansus. Escudero. Sansus. Again, an attempted breakthrough. Stopped by Ireland. It's still on the French side. Well carried. France recycle and go again. Sosha. Wall is there to stop them. Sansus.
And tackle away, Ireland.
Sansus again. Escudero spotted the gap. Ireland closed it. She keeps going. Sansus. There's opportunities there. Arbez. Have Ireland turned it over? They have.
Excellent turnover and tackle by Dalton.
Fantastic by Aoife Dalton.
Excellent rip.
Lane.
Stay. Good.
Lane. Back to O'Brien. Ireland have to run this. Now they might set up the kick.
Okay, Ireland, use it. Stay on. Good.
Flood is back there. She's got a big boot, and Flood uses that big boot.
Really strong defensive set again from Ireland. Last 2 entries France have had into the 22, they have been turned over, which is excellent. So Ireland are really settling into this game again. That defensive pressure,
On the tee.
clear cohesion, clear understanding. Really good defensive sets.
Okay. Time off.
Well, that kind of stuff builds confidence, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Living dangerously and getting away with it and getting yourself out of trouble.
Sometimes those power moves, they're near as good as a score. Just bringing everyone together, engaging and bring up that energy. They're massive wins. I think in games like this, you have to take all the mini wins. They all add up, they all build momentum, they build confidence. And that's what you need going into this game.
Scotland up next for France, by the way. For Ireland, it is a trip to Italy. And perhaps a revenge mission. He's not thinking about that right now. He's only thinking about what he's seeing in front of him.
You paint me a good picture about not going forward. Thank you.
I would hazard a guess and say this break will do Ireland no harm.
Absolutely, even just slowing down the game, stopping that French momentum, giving a chance to everyone get a few breaths and go again. Defending at that intensity, it does suck energy out of you. It is tiring, so they'll take every opportunity they have.
Ireland are working hard, and there's the proof, there's the evidence. Susha picked out the second row again. Ireland trying to repel France, but it's France who surge forward now, break down the wing. It's popped off. Escudero couldn't quite hang on to it. It's gone loose, and it's Ireland who secured the possession. Lane. O'Brien, wasn't a brilliant pass to O'Brien. She's in a bit of trouble. Gets it away to Flood, and that's blocked down, and it bounces kindly for Costigan. Well, I'm not sure Costigan would look at it as kindly, but she did about all she could do there.
Really good position by Costigan just to be there. Some excellent pressure from France. Again, Ireland aren't getting their blockers in place for those kicks. They're letting the French come through and put pressure on again. Bourdon Sansus is getting through too easily. Someone just needs to put their body across, just make that step.
And all of that trouble came from that break from Lorenz after another good line out and maul from France. France trying to buckle that Ireland scrum now. Sansus fires it out at Darbez. She's found her runner there. That is Lorenz. Lorenz though was clamped. Here's Sansus.
Really strong defence there from again.
Taken well by Felou.
Okay, tackle.
Sansus finds a ball carrier, and that carrier is Brousseau. Sansus trying to burst her way through his Felou. Arbez. Again, there was a gap, but it was closed quickly. France will try and find another one, but they have the penalty.
Penalty against O'Dowd here from that scrum.
Number 3, collapse.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Number 3 against your gang.
Get on the line, girls.
Condé receiving some running repairs.
Yeah. Shot called.
Another one who's played sevens, played at the Olympics.
I think this I take this as a vote of confidence for Ireland. France, the last 3 penalties they've had inside 22, they've always gone to corner, whereas now they're going for points. They're showing how strong the Irish defensive line is, how much they're taking out of the French in the attack. So
much better. Clear stop on the set, okay? Good.
Bourgeois. It's an unusual kicking style, an unusual run-up, but it is effective.
It works 3 from 3, you take that all day.
Yep.
Look, really strong defensive set there from Ireland. They need now to just switch the focus and get onto the attack and make those last passes stick.
O'Brien. Ireland have responded well anytime France have scored in this game. They look to do the same. Arbez.
From all the kickouts, O'Brien, she's gone deep, but by going so deep, it's giving the France that opportunity, that time to get that clearance and get that long clearance. Whereas you'd wonder, would you change it up and go short, just to allow that competition in the air.
Jones, a relative local.
Time off. Okay. HIA. 13.
Speaking of locals, Fiona Hewitt, who's originally from Dublin, obviously, but is based in this part of the world, says it's great to play at Kingspan, and they love playing at Kingspan.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fantastic stadium, you know, really good surface.
Holly, we did check that tackle. There was no head contact.
Perfect. Thank you.
And Condé goes off for the HIA. Whether it's a temporary replacement or not, I'm not sure.
Time back up. Yep.
And Boulard is in, making her 34th appearance for her country, but it's Ireland who have the ball. Lane, O'Dowd. She kept her head there. Here's O'Brien. Waiting on the wing was Flood, didn't come as far as her. Now Costigan comes in to get involved. Lane, offloaded by Campbell. Lane with O'Brien waiting deep.
Okay, girls.
And kicking deep.
Onside now.
Arbez spun it off the boot. Flood. Flood runs it. And despite the fact that she was tackled, she gained some meters. Here's Lane. Jugang. Off into the hands of Dalton. O'Brien sent it on. That was really good play. And Ireland breaking down the wing. The offload is juggled by King and kept by King. Lane finds O'Dowd. Lane. O'Brien. Jones. Lane. Into the hands of the second row. Lane. Gathered by O'Brien. O'Brien tries to dip it behind that French defence, but they had two players waiting, and that was really skillful from Arbez. Here's O'Brien again, gives Flood an instruction. It's an up and under from O'Brien. Flood followed it, and Flood, oh, she was unlucky. It bounces for Costigan, but I think will be called back. It was called back.
Some good vision there from O'Brien. She saw that pocket of space, nice high kick, good hang time in it. And when she those balls going to hand to execute, he'll take every opportunity against this French defence.
Okay, girls, that's going to be your mark. Okay. Time off, please.
Well, if they can tighten it up and make more of the possession and chances that they're creating, Ireland have a chance in this game. France have been clinical, that is the difference.
That's the thing, like Ireland, they are making the chances, they are creating those opportunities. Again, it's just, I know it sounds like a cliche, it's just that execution, it's that last pass, that last touch that has been letting them down, or just maybe forcing it a little too much. Sometimes you go back to basics, taking it in, setting up your phases and going from there, and can really suck in defences.
I'm not sure.
Sansus being treated at the moment.
Sorry, 1 second.
I think both teams will be enjoying this little break and play, just to get a bit of extra refuel on. It's been a chaotic first half at times in terms of just the intensity, and both teams just going ahead and trying to play.
Well, day one has not been kind to Ireland in recent years. They've lost to each of their last 3 round 1 matches in the Women's Six Nations. That's their longest ever run in the championship. France have won each of their last 4 opening fixtures, which is their best ever run. It's looking like 5 in a row at the moment, but still a long way to go yet.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Same scrum. You go forward first. Girls,
And the Irish fans trying to generate some noise, create an atmosphere. And they did have that Aoife Wafer try to cheer, but they want more.
That will come. Okay. Let's go.
I was wondering what the delay was. There was a physio hidden in behind the French pack.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
France will want to break as quickly as they can. It's how they do everything, this French team. Arbez. That's out on the full, and that's a break for Ireland. Well, just as I said, they'll try to break quickly. They kicked it, and lucky for Ireland they did, because they've handed Ireland an opportunity here.
A rare lapse in concentration from Arbez. You know, usually they're her bread and butter. But again, look, Ireland will take the bounce anytime they can.
Well, you're a former Ireland captain, so you're okay to say we. That's okay. Here's Jones. Wall took it and took it well. Ireland looked to move it, and it was a good run there by Hogan. Lane, Wall. Wall just has no fear. Lane, O'Brien. O'Brien again with a dipper in behind. And it's a good dipper as well. That's really good by O'Brien.
Really strong field position game there now. Excellent work again. As Ireland, you'd imagine, you put up a pod there to force Soshan that throw. Just puts extra pressure now on France, outside, just 5 metres out from their own line.
No, it's theirs. Yeah.
Really strong execution.
The trouble is their line out has been good, but some of their exits have not been great, so they do have the chance to keep the pressure on the French here. It's on the Irish side. Was it knocked on there? Holly Davidson playing on. O'Dowd carrying, gets support. Can Ireland come up with a big finish to the half? Lane tries to dig it out. Wall waits, Wall receives with support from Campbell. Lane assesses the options. One of them is Hogan. Lane switches back. It's O'Brien. Flood, outside it goes. Can Ireland get in here? That's a good run by McGann. Didn't have a whole pile of space to work with, but what she had, she used well. Here's Wall.
Play on.
Lane will use the open side, and Hogan. Wafer, who's already got one. France tried to drive her back. Vernier doing the hard work there. Lane, Campbell. Escudero gets the tackle in. King comes in to help. Here's Lane. O'Brien fumbles and lost. It's so frustrating for Ireland because they were in a good position, but Jones just couldn't quite hang on to it. Half time, a 12-point gap. Ireland 5, France 17. What have you made of it, Ciara?
Really competitive game of rugby. Unfortunately, the scoreline is 17-5, but I think it doesn't factor in the dominance Ireland have had in this game at times and the pressure France have been on the defence. The big difference here is France have taken their opportunities. They've been clinical when they needed to be, and they've executed. So it's only a game of inches.
If Ireland can tighten it up in the second half and cut out the mistakes, they have a chance, don't they?
Absolutely, the opportunities are definitely there.
So France have been clinical when they've got inside the 22. Ireland unfortunately haven't taken all of the chances that they've created, with the exception of that very well taken try by Aoife Wafer. It is France who lead by 12 at the break, by 17 points to 5. Let's get the reaction of Orla, Grace and Claire.
Okay, thanks very much to Oisín and to Ciara, joined pitchside by Lindsay, Pete and Claire Small, who were kicking every ball, safe to say, in that first half, totally engaged in the game like they were still playing. Lindsay, Ireland said they were going to fire a few shots in this game, and they certainly have.
They certainly have, Orla, and I think, if I'm honest, they probably started off a little bit tentatively. Maybe the weight of expectation caused a bit of nerves, because at the start when we were starting to punch holes, there was a bit of drop balls or a bit of loss of momentum, and that really killed us. But by God, have they eased into the game. Some of their double hits have been absolutely class. That kick there by Dana O'Brien is absolutely brilliant. So there is definite clear game plan against this French. I think, if anything, at times just execution has let us down, but definitely not in the last 20 minutes. Ireland will be very, very happy. The much happier team probably gone in at half-time.
Claire, what's impressed you most?
Yeah, I think obviously it was a nervous start from Ireland, but they definitely grew into the game. We're really seeing a lot of that physicality and aggression that they've talked about in the week running up to this game, and that's something that I think has grown with this team. And I think playing against top teams in the world and the likes of the WXV has definitely helped them come through and really work on that physicality. And we're seeing it here today. Like, the back row has been everywhere. We're seeing Aoife Wafer, making ground, getting gain line ball. But I think at times they're not playing in the right area of the pitch. You can see that they do have a kicking strategy, they have a kicking game. They don't really want to play within their own half, but sometimes the kicks just aren't being executed as well as they potentially could be, and it's putting Ireland under a bit of pressure.
We talked before the game about the physicality of the Ireland back row. Certainly that came to play, but you mentioned, Lindsay, about a bit of a tentative start, and we saw France get that early try.
I think they'd be disappointed. They were two soft tries, and you can't really in any international go 14-0 behind. We can see here Ireland just gets sucked in, and when you're getting sucked in and the opposition have momentum, you just can't get your D-line set. So probably guilty of maybe numbers not being set in line. And they just keep soaking tackles and losing gain line. And when this happens, any team, you're just going to lose. But what a line by Vernier. She just cut against the grain, and she was, if I'm not mistaken, I think player of the tournament last year, and there she shows again, just picks that cap.
Team of former Ireland captain Ciara Griffin, who's with Oisín Lange.
Thank you very much, Orla. Ireland have work to do in the second half. France waiting, willing and able. We're awaiting the arrival of Ireland. What do they need to do in the next 40 minutes?
I think the biggest thing is to take their chances. Take the chances when they're in the French 22, within the French 5 metre, and have France on the back foot. Like, they've had the go for a ball, they've cut through, they've found gaps. It's just that those last few minutes, those last few seconds of an attacking play, that's been letting them down. And I think maybe sometimes you just take a simpler option rather than trying, you know, these crossfield kicks at times, just going through the hands. And I think just keep France honest.
And cut out the errors. Easy for me to say from up here, a lot harder to do down there, but it's something that they need to make happen.
Exactly, and I think that's one thing France have been. They've been very composed under the Irish pressure. They've taken their time, they've worked out their best execution plan for clearing from their 5 metre. So,
well, they're drumming up quite an atmosphere, quite an amount of noise to welcome Ireland out onto the pitch for the second half. France have been left waiting, left standing for a couple of minutes. Are you poking the bear, or are you winning the psychological warfare? We'll find out over the next while. And Ireland's not quite sprinting out of the tunnel, but coming out at pace, showing intent.
It's interesting there, if you look over, Boulard is still on for Conde. She hasn't returned from that HIA.
I don't see any changes for Ireland as O'Brien gets us underway. Ireland playing into the memorial end in the second half. O'Brien goes deep. Cleared by Arbez. And it's a good clearance as well.
Right, girls, come up. The line is yours.
Jones. Ireland a little slow to get the line out together there. And Wall thought it was coming her way, but France have it turned over. Bourdon-Sansus got it going quickly. And that is a good surge and cut through by Lorenz. Here's Bourdon-Sansus, carried by Felou. Moved on by Arbez. France going at this one with pace and energy. But Ireland going at it with aggression. Good tackle by Zhu Gang. Bourdon-Sansus put a bit of height in that pass, but it was collected by Okemba, and she's driven back. Bourdon-Sansus. Flood just allows it to bounce. It was the right decision.
Yep. 2-2.
Really good steal by Felou in that line out. She put the pressure up, got that hand in. You'd imagine that's something France are going to do more in the second half.
That's well taken by King. Hogan.
Sure, player.
Lane. O'Brien.
Taken back. Wait there, girls.
There was a whole bunch of blue rushing at O'Brien there. She did get the ball away. Arbez. And she'll kick it back. And Flood is waiting. And Flood secures it. And then kicks it back down towards Arbez. Kind of just sits up for a little bit. It allows Flood to run down her channel, and Arbez ran it rather than kicked it, and Flood did well. I think she's the one who brought her down. Bourdon-Sansus, Escudero.
Really strong thrown over here by Dalton.
Lane, Hogan, got it into the hands of Higgins, who got it away to McGann. McGann tried to fling it inside. I think she was aiming at Higgins, but it just didn't quite meet its target.
No hands too. Tackler's still there. Thanks.
Bourdon-Sansus. Beleu with the carry there.
Thanks, one.
Bourdon-Sansus goes deep. Arbez will kick it again. O'Brien. Thought about the kick, now goes with it. This one is getting away from the fullback, but Bourgeois, it bounces kindly for her. And then she kind of shanked it.
Some nice territory gain there now by Ireland with that kick by O'Brien. I think here that turnover by Dalton, look at the low body position, really strong over that ball.
Linda, how many?
Great work.
Turnover.
Yeah, great work by Aoife Dalton, who's winning her 19th cap today. Jones, Wall takes it. Ireland farm that maul. Hogan gets involved. Lane is there, ready, willing and able. This is really good work by Ireland, who are gaining ground, and Wall looks to break away. She was swallowed up, but Ireland recycle. Dorothy Wall. It was Wafer who broke away. Now it's Wall. Now it's Jones. Lane flicked off the hand and came to O'Brien, who did well. Lane, Jugang.
She's on top of her. She is on top of her.
Lane, well taken by Higgins. Lane, Campbell. Lane, Hogan. It goes loose, but Ireland get it back. It was Dalton. Higgins, O'Brien, Flood, who can move. Flood places it. O'Dowd.
Not now. No, she hit you first.
McGann. King. This is good from Ireland. It's patient build-up. Dalton, Wall, Higgins, who's hit and hit hard, and illegally. She's okay with it. That's good to see.
Time off. TMO check.
I'm here, Holly.
Rach, I want to look at the actions of 12 blue on 12 green, please.
Getting that for you now.
Vernier was up fast from that line. She saw that backdoor pass happening. She was up fast. Just that I don't know if she dropped her height in time. There was no malice in it.
Higgins is still receiving treatment. You can't see that, we can hear. Here you'll see why she's receiving treatment.
It looks to be head on head. She didn't drop in time.
And it is on the player who's making the tackle.
It is. You have to control your force going into the tackle. Like she shot up, she made that call. If she's shooting up, you need to drop.
Agree with those? So it's going to be a yellow card.
Those are laws
to 12 blue and off-field review. Okay, Rachel, I've got a decision.
Back on you, Holly.
It is foul play. 12 blue rushes out of the line. There is head contact. So it meets our yellow card threshold. So it'll be a yellow card to 12 blue and an off-field review.
So a yellow card, so France will be down to 14 for at least 10, and it is in the bunker.
I think what's interesting with these new laws, when it goes to the bunker, if it is upgraded, the max it can be is a 20-minute red card.
Is there going to be a sub?
So yeah, it's bad, and it could get worse for France. They still have the scoreboard advantage. Ireland will try and do something about that now, having gained a numerical advantage.
Roger, is someone coming on for number 12? Thanks.
Higgins is getting a cheer. She makes her way over.
Is that HIA?
Okay, time on. Hi.
Great experience of Enya Breen coming on. Very dynamic player. Good boot as well.
She's enjoyed playing rugby since she was a child. Enya Breen from Skibbereen in West Cork, a beautiful part of the world. Now she hopes to make an impact for her country yet again here in Belfast. Here's Wall. This is good from Ireland. King driving it amongst others. Now the backs get involved. Can France hold them out? Ireland on the front foot, driving towards that line. Closer, closer, closer. There. Try for Ireland. It's Jones who scores on pretty much home ground for her. And Ireland very much back in this one.
Extra response there from Ireland. Really good execution of that set-piece play. You can see Wall this year, she's become way more confident in the air. Really good organisation. She was calling people in there to that ball to get that momentum. She felt the momentum shift. Really good Irish play. You can see there she was egging people on to come in and join. Really good movement. They sheared, they kept going, they stayed connected. Great response.
France down to 14. France having just conceded a try. And from Ireland's point of view, hopefully a conversion as well. Is that a couple of signs that the game is swinging back towards green? It is not an easy kick. Unlucky, just kicked it wide on that near side. Well, when a maul works as beautifully as that, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
It's like poetry in motion, Oisin, when you see it.
I knew you'd love it. But it's clear and obvious how much work they've put into that. That's
absolutely.
That's from the training ground.
That doesn't just happen overnight, you know, that's clear time, practice.
And that's a good take at the restart. Hogan. O'Brien playing at Kingspan Stadium is special for all the players, but I imagine it's especially good for those who are from the area, from the province. And Jones is one of those, Hogan is one of those. O'Brien gathers the Leinster woman, and O'Brien will run it back. O'Brien full of confidence. It was a good tackle. Lane, Wall. Lane, King. Lane, O'Dowd, Lane, O'Brien, Flood with a little dummy, gains some ground. It's good running by Flood. Lane, King. Lane uses that narrow side. Ireland confidently carrying again. Here's Wall. O'Brien, Wafer, speaking of good carriers, she was surrounded, so she had to hang on to it as Escudero hung on to her. Here's Lane, O'Brien. Hogan was waiting, but it's Flood instead. Now it's McGann. Ireland recycling well. Lane, Ireland inside that 22. It was a little bit loose. Can King gather that? Yes, she can. That's okay. Trying to break is O'Dowd. And France get the penalty. Okay. Ireland not releasing.
Good break for O'Dowd. She was isolated for a split second.
Time off. We just got an injury.
Well, Fal doesn't look overly happy at the moment. The second row down injured, getting some treatment.
Okay.
Aoife Wafer is also getting some treatment as well.
I like to look to my players. Can you check it, please? Yeah, well, if there's anything clear on 8 green. Okay.
They're a little bit more stressed now than they were in the first half.
Leave.
One thing to note as well about Ireland, because they've had such high intensity training and such good training over the last number of months, their fitness levels will have flown up as well from last year. So that might count for something in the last 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever.
Absolutely, I think this game will go down to the last 20 as well. Like 10-7, Irish need to keep chipping away now, taking the opportunities they have, even just in front of posts. I think some really good work. They're just trying. They're offloading when it's on. Again, they're recycling as well. Making some good gain line carries, putting France under pressure and putting France on the back foot.
Since the beginning of 2020, France have lost just 5 of their 22 games in the Women's Six Nations. Those defeats coming against England. Yeah. Ireland looking for a first win against France since 2017. If you were to just do it on a purely statistical and numbers basis, you'd say even getting any kind of match point out of a game against France for Ireland would represent progress.
Absolutely.
But that's not how they're looking at it, which is good. And she's struggling a bit. She's
getting the ankle taped up.
Checked, okay, no foul play.
They wouldn't want to lose Val Recluse so early on the game. She has been a dominant force in terms of her carries and her physicality.
She's a warrior. She'll power on, she'll drive on. And we resume with the French penalty. And a chance for Arbez to clear.
Okay, girls, up you come. That's going to be you. Thank you. 5 man.
So shot. Escudero.
Maul on the side.
France playing it cool, remember, still down to 14. France playing it well. So shot. The ball is stuck in there, and Ireland have got the scrum.
Really strong line out defence there from Ireland, getting in front of that maul. And fishing through the middle and getting on the ball carrier.
First scrum of this half, girls. Time off, okay? Okay. Captain. We have a decision from the bunker on the yellow card. It's going to be upgraded to a red card. High degree of danger, no motivation.
Another boost for Ireland.
Time back up.
And there is the offending tackle again. What do you make about these new laws around the red card and the bunker and all that?
I think it's a quick way of speeding up the game. You know, it takes that, I suppose, that time away from on-field decisions. Whereas it takes, I suppose, the pressure off the ref too at times, making those decisions under time pressure.
Ireland looking to put France under pressure. McGann kept a hold of it. Her handling has improved throughout the game, Ireland. Wafer has Wall on her shoulder, goes to Wall. Wall with a basketball-style pass to O'Brien, who did well with the bounce. And now it's Hogan, and now it's Flood. Flood goes outside, Costigan.
Keep going.
Lane. O'Dowd. O'Dowd loves to burst off the mark, doesn't she? Here's Lane and O'Brien and Wafer.
On the ball for me.
Lane. O'Brien. Taken well by Flood, who went outside to McGann. There was a late hit on Flood. We might come back to that. McGann looks for options, doesn't have one. Wall. It is a knock-on, but I do wonder.
Timing here was good.
No, she's saying it's okay. The referee, Holly Davidson.
Yep.
Just goes to show, and is yet more evidence why I'm not a referee.
Yep.
No, I think Holly Davidson, her communication, decision making has been quite good all game.
Time, one of your players is down.
Slight delay.
Yeah, and 9.
More than slight, I would suggest, but they've got away with it.
I suppose if you're committed to the tackle before the pass, you know, it's hard to bring yourself back in momentum.
You sound like someone who's been part of one of those delays before.
You okay, one? You playing the scrum, it is.
Strong stat there. Look at it, shows how much pressure France have been on. 116 tackles to Ireland's 93. France have missed 12 tackles in total with Ireland's 16.
It's for blood. Okay, blood.
Strong sight there to see Eve Higgins back from her HIA.
And Bourdon Sansus going off.
For a blood sub.
Yeah. Breen did well while she was on.
Okay, girls, let's get set up. Alex, time back on, please.
And Chambon will get straight into the action. Another one with good experience. This is her 26th cap for France.
Crouch. Bind.
Chambon feeds.
Strong scrum.
Very strong scrum. Excellent scrum. Nope. Penalty.
That's why I was a back row, obviously.
Excellent if you get away with it. But you get away with very little when Holly Davidson is around. She's an eagle eye. The wind is beginning to pick up here in Kingspan Stadium. And a sky that's turning ever greyer. I suspect we'll get rain soon. Whether or not it's before the match ends, I don't know. I've already strayed into refereeing territory. I don't want to stray into Barra Best's territory. So shot.
Some ball through the mark.
Chambon gets her hands on it. And that is a very good break. That was Lorenz. Ball goes loose, still on the French side, but they've made an error. And Ireland get the scrum. It's gone very scrappy, hasn't it?
Very scrappy. Both teams just trying to play, trying to make chances. Some good defence there from Erin King off that maul. She scrambled really well. Her and Jones cutting out that pressure, because for a split second there was a gap there.
What was the penalty in the last one? Driving left? Yeah.
Some running repairs here, it looks like.
Lorenz, I think.
It's good.
Again, for France, I suppose, do you want these stoppages when you're down to 14?
Exactly, it's all saving time. Now I suppose the clock is stopped, gives it time to get an extra breath. If I was Ireland now, I would be, forcing the ball wide. More France are down on the defensive player in that back line. You wanted to get those set plays, suck them in and hit wide fast and early.
Scott Beeman knows there's the possibility of a victory today.
Looking over the Irish bench, looks like there's a few changes about to happen.
Maloney, Riley, Jewett.
Both packs, drive squares.
Amongst those coming in.
Looks to be a number of changes at once.
I know she's been back a while now, but it's so good to have Cliona Maloney back around.
Absolutely, just her physicality, her knowledge. She's a very high rugby IQ as well, and just makes those impacts, those impact moments as well.
And I read during the week that she scored 24 tries in 49 games for Exeter. Hopefully she can bring that try-scoring touch into the international game today. Just over a calf injury, which is maybe one reason why she's not starting.
Advantage, 3 claps.
Lane, O'Brien. O'Brien kicks, floats it up in the air for Costigan. Costigan takes, Costigan breaks. Lane, Wall, Wafer.
Yep, still advantage.
Lane. Again goes to the narrow side and floods.
No advantage.
And we'll come back.
Number 3.
Flood
Claps.
hasn't hit in the second half. She's trying to make things happen. She made a couple of errors in the first half. That's understandable. First game back for a while and all that. But she's really trying to bring it in the second half.
She's really coming into the attacking line more. She's being an option off the shoulder. She's carrying more ball in the second half as well. Strong kick by O'Brien there.
Ireland in around the edge of that French 22. And that's where the line-out will be taken from. O'Brien, a growing presence at number 10 all the time. Here's Jones. Likely to be her last line-out of the day, given the changes that are about to be made. And a good line-out it was as well, or was it? No.
Off the head, back into number 7. It's accidental offside.
Unforced error there from Ireland. It would have been a good attacking platform.
Yep. Okay, guys.
Canada's got too eager, too packed in to set up that maul.
Well, France making the changes, changing all of their front row. So big go. Mayambe and Joyu all coming in. And Ireland making a quadruple switch.
It's great to see Avian Riley back in the Irish squad after a tough cruciate injury again. looking forward to see the impact she makes in this game.
Scott Beeman maybe feeling that they need that bit of energy, that bit of pace. Wall has worked hard, as has Hogan. They've left it all out there. And that change, 4 coming in at one time, that seems like maybe it was pre-planned.
It looks like a set decision, all right, even the timing of it.
So Avian Riley, as you mentioned, is in, as is Fiona Tuitt, originally from Dublin, a shot putter and a Gaelic footballer in the past, but now very much a rugby player. Has said that it took a little bit of a while to settle into the sport, but she's there now. In fact, she said, and this is her own quote, that certain players were looking at her as if to say she doesn't know what she's at. Well, she certainly does now.
She's done the hair graft.
She certainly has.
Set.
France feed through Chambon. And the break. Can she get away? Ireland put the tackles in, but she's a powerful ball carrier and it's hard to stop her when she gets going. Felou. Chambon. Arbez. Good switching of the ball by France, and just as I say that, they throw a bit of a loose one, but get it back. Flood waiting for it. Flood. A dipping kick. But it's quite deep, and Ireland are a long way from it and can't put the pressure on. Here's Arbez. O'Brien jogging over after it. Costigan is there as an option, but O'Brien will take it on herself. O'Brien. Well handled.
There's no Irish pressure on that. There's no chasing that ball, just allowing France to attack the ball, gain momentum.
And Bourgeois was able to bring it right down the park. Well taken there by Bigot.
Advantage 3 in front of the kicker.
Chambon.
Yep.
Trying to weave her way through there. The French second row. Felou. And Ireland get the penalty.
Good pressure there by Maloney on that ball. Clever pressure because the France had a penalty advantage. But Maloney putting the pressure on that ball forced that indiscretion, I suppose, as you call it.
I'll keep looking though.
And O'Brien brings Ireland back inside the French half, where they have spent most of the second half so far. Oh. Ireland to Wafer attack. Fast hands. O'Brien. She goes deep. There's runners outside. Here's Flood. McGann is there, but she stabs a kick through. France trying to get back, but there is McGann. It's left behind and Flood takes it. Flood gets it off there to O'Reilly. To Riley. Avian Riley wants to get her hands on this ball, but I think France might have turned it over.
Let it come. Let it come. There it is. No hands here.
It is on the French side. Chambon.
Hands down.
Tina Maloney getting involved there. Chambon to Arbez.
Wait there, Blue. Inside now.
And that will be an Irish line out.
Some nice shots to forward there by Ireland. Some really good pressure by McGann.
That's you.
Even with the physicality Maloney is bringing, just that counter attack, the counter ruck, you know, putting pressure on, forcing France in to secure their own ball.
Maul.
Ireland getting that maul going again. Advantage for France at the moment, I think.
Knock on.
And there was a knock on.
Okay, girls, that's going to be your mark. Okay, I'll watch this space. If you can, yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Keep that hand down so she can get her behind again. Yeah. Thank you.
And that's a statistic no doubt the Irish coaching staff would look at during the week and try and work on, try and improve.
Bind. Set. Okay. I went too fast. I went too quick. Keep the space. Reset. I I think I went too fast on my calls. Yeah.
Lots of communication amongst the Irish players out there at the moment. Lots of pointing and
it's good they're trying to identify early who they have. Stopping I suppose that lapse that can make those gaps.
Chambon fed the ball.
Taken back. Holding front blue.
Bourgeois clears. Flood comes to meet it and takes it confidently, takes it well. Flood with the crossfielder, chasing after, trying to get there is Eve Higgins. Bit of pressure on the French fullback who got over to get it. Costigan, oh, she just got away from her. But then King makes a tackle, chopped her right down. French penalty, and you can hear the frustration from Ciara.
Just unfortunately eager when he saw the ball. There was a good counter ruck there. But Campbell was part of that, and she put her hand in to sweep it back. It's just those decision makings under pressure in these areas.
Arbez away. The game has a real pattern now, doesn't it? Bourdon Sansus is coming back in for France, by the way, so that's a boost for them. Boulard kind of ran into King, but it was still a good tackle. Mayambe giving the instruction to the hooker, and Bourdon Sansus is back, and that is a boost for France. Chambon didn't do anything wrong, but as we were saying before the game, Bourdon Sansus is one of the best in the world. It's well taken in the line-out by Felayou. Bourdon Sansus right back into it. Little cushioned kick, and the chase is coming, and the bounce is surely knocked on there by Ménager. And we're coming back for a penalty anyway.
Thrown across. Yeah, thrown across. Yeah.
France will be happy with this. You know, they're rolling down the clock with Vernier out, still down to 14. There hasn't been any extra scores, barred off that try by Ireland.
The French, even though they've been on the back foot for the bulk of the second half, still capable of a strike, still capable of creating something from nothing.
Time back on.
Bigot. Wasn't particularly clean from France, but it is on their side and they will play on. Bourdon Sansus. Offloaded well. Felayou, the captain. Ireland have the advantage coming. Goes loose. Taken there by Riley. O'Brien kind of chips it up in the air. O'Brien watches on as the advantage continues, but Ireland have got the ball, so it will probably keep the play going. King, it is a frantic match. Riley. Swept back. Flood. And we come back for the Irish penalty.
The ball just hanging there a little too long in those backdoor passes. France reading it well, and they're really rushing up, putting that pressure on the receiver. Just getting the ball snappier through, or just reducing the gap. Would limit it.
There's a strong breeze. It's kind of going cross-field, so there's no real advantage for either team here. And O'Brien is kicking against it there, and considering the conditions, she did well. Maloney. Found by Irish hands at the back, the hands of Erin King. Now taken and surged on. That's O'Dowd. Maloney, who's made a real impact since coming in, getting her hands on it there was McMahon, I think. Now trying to weave through is Higgins. Well played by Riley. O'Dowd going again.
O'Dowd has made a serious amount of carries this game. Really strong go for a ball.
Dalton They can't stop her. Riley. Jugang. Riley. O'Brien. Taken well by McMahon. That was good play by Ireland. They thought they were away through Higgins. Riley, Flood, Wafer. Riley. Helped down by Chute. Riley showing patience. O'Dowd showing power. And Ireland with the penalty. Now, would you kick for the posts?
Depends where Holly Davison stops walking down. It all depends with that wind. It is swirling. It's hard to read. In this position, do you go to try to get him in 7?
Well, Dan O'Brien has answered the question for us.
That's 2 tackles France have had now with that lift. Do you know, we're going to err on the side of caution there. Lifting the leg here, getting that air. Good wonder there. Now I know, I suppose Escudero was pulling her down as well, but that momentum shift, she went above nearly that angle.
Well, above the horizontal, that's what you want to avoid doing. It was dangerously close to it there, wasn't it?
It was, and a few French players were, I suppose, etching offside there as well, so there's a few, maybe fatigue coming in as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What have Ireland got up their sleeves here? Maloney finds her target. Ireland, who have mauled one over already, go for another one here. France being driven back. They're so close, Ireland. And they've got it down. And it's a 3rd try. And it's Wafer again.
Excellent ball there by Ireland. Really good set play, really good forward play, getting that ball. Really strong momentum. The difference in them all this season and this year alone, this game, has been phenomenal.
Well, it's worth another look, this. Excellently executed. And Dan O'Brien has to keep her cool here. Didn't quite draw it in. Ireland 2 behind France. 8 years since Ireland beat France, and in that 8 years they've never even really come close. So progress has been made, but progress isn't enough for this Irish team. They want victories, they want wins, they don't want hard luck stories. Arbez with the restart, Costigan with the take. And what a take it was as well. O'Brien. Great footwork by O'Brien. Followed by a decent enough kick. And the fullback gets herself tangled up, and it allows Ireland to rush up, and Flood puts the pressure on, and she's joined by her teammates. It's really high intensity stuff from Ireland. But the ball is still on the French side. Bourdon Sansus.
Okay, use it now.
Up in the air it goes from the box kick. O'Brien meets it. O'Brien has been unlucky with some of her place kicks, but she's done well from play today. Here's Maloney. Riley. Really good footwork, trying to hand off her opponent is Dalton. Here's Wafer, who's on a hat-trick, remember. Riley. Ireland get the penalty. $6,976 in Kingspan Stadium for this one. Are they here for an Irish win or a close call?
Subs 9 and 10.
France making a couple of changes. Their halfbacks going off.
Pauline. Okay, time back up.
Maloney. Oh, just got away. It's a knock on. It's annoyance, frustration for Ireland.
Girls, no foul play there. 2 players going for the ball, no foul play.
Did a strong scrum here from Ireland just to put pressure on that French attack. Don't let them get clean ball at the back of that scrum. Even if you could, you try get an angle up to force them on the blind side.
Crouch! Bind!
Well, Ireland will hope that missed opportunities won't cost them this victory. It is a tough day for kicking, it has to be said. There is a massive swirl in that breeze. Chambon lumped down the park there by Kerwat. Here's Flood. Flood with the chip and chase. And it's stolen back by France. It's a bit like sevens out there at the moment. Bourgeois tries to break down the right.
Offside.
And it's a penalty to France.
Always in front, advancing. 13 offside. Shot. Shot called.
They'll take a shot at goal.
You see there, Wafer just didn't retreat after that kick.
Bourgeois will have a go. And this is one of those ones that could change the complexion of what Ireland have to do. Obviously, if she lands it, Ireland have to score a try. If she doesn't, a penalty might do. Well, obviously it will do if France don't score again, but you know what I meant. She has a good boot. Will it be good enough on this occasion? Has the air. It's more than good enough. That's an excellent kick by the French full-back. Bourgeois.
It's a massive tool they've had in their arsenal. Their strong kicking game, their accuracy from the posts. It's given those points where they need it.
Ireland, who are just one try away from levelling up with France and also, I suppose, guaranteeing at least 1 point out of this game. Flood trying to keep this one alive, and she does. Flings it back to O'Brien.
Wait there, 16.
O'Brien with it up and under. Good pressure put on Chambon, but she did well. France bang it down the park. Enya Breen is there, fumbled it and keeps it alive, much to her credit. Breen out on the full.
Good on you. Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Well, there is a considerable French presence amongst the nearly 7,000 here, because you can hear them sing Allez les Bleus.
6 persons.
Bigot.
Maul in the 5.
Bigot with the ball at the back. France in no rush here, happy to just eat up the clock.
Advantage.
That's it, they are gaining momentum going forward.
Penalty advantage here from France. Wafer within the side there to stop that maul.
They'll play it for now. And there is space. Bourgeois has Lorraine outside. Bourgeois might do it all herself. Gave it back to Lorraine. Taken and fired at the replacement. It's Boulard who almost got there, and Boulard who I think has got there.
Momentum to go.
Oh, it's a fantastic finish from Boulard. It's a really good try from France, who have now pretty much guaranteed the victory. Well, we said that they could create something from nothing, and they certainly did there. It's fantastic play. Lorraine got tackled but kept it alive. Chambon moved it to Boulard, and as you say, her momentum carried her. She kind of bounced off the 5G.
Ireland were caught tight there around that ruck. She gave that gap.
Bourgeois increases the lead, and we've gone from a conversation about Ireland possibly winning to a conversation about Ireland trying to take something out of this game. I'm not sure actually if it's referred to as a 4G or a 5G. I know as the pitches move on it changes, but she bounced off the surface anyway, either way.
The surface definitely helped.
Yep. Escudero, King is up there just to make sure it sticks, and France don't get an easy chance to clear. Chambon. Chambon. Looks like the kick will come. It does. From Kerwa. And while Ireland will have the ball, they've got a long way to travel. Flood. No real pressure on the receiver there. She just sends it back to not quite where it came, but not far off. Kerwa finds O'Brien. O'Brien. Chambon. Flood. Yep.
Kicking kick tennis here now for a while.
You wonder, should Ireland just hang on to possession, giving France the ball at this stage? Not sure what they'll achieve out of it, but they'll try and turn it over. France hanging on to it for now. But Ireland get it back and have the scrum. A France knock on.
Ireland now need to get it up the field and try get a try even just to salvage a losing bonus from this fixture, or even a try bonus.
Why were they just kicking it back there when they received it? Was it just the fact that they would have had too far to carry? Or
too far to carry. I think they were just looking at the options, I suppose, looking for, I suppose, those unforced errors. I would have an agreement with you. I would have looked to carry a few of those as well. Stuck in that French defence.
Remember, a try, as long as France don't score again, gives Ireland 2 points out of this game. Here is Dalton. O'Brien. O'Brien, it's risky. And it's a risk that is not rewarded.
The line's going to be yours. Ireland on the line. Okay. 1 and 3. 1. Stop. Time off, please. Okay, time back on.
O'Dowd is being replaced. She has left it absolutely all out there. Siobhan McCarthy is in. France have the ball.
First player, play on.
And they have the victory. But Ireland want to get some points, as in match points. What can they do here? Carrying is Haney.
Onside, take a step.
Ireland keeping the possession, going through the phases, trying to break up the park, and now it's McGann. McGann has Dalton on her shoulder. It's lost in the tackle, and it's a French ball. And France just play on. O'Brien is racing back, as is Flo. He just pins the ears back. O'Brien has to dive on this. Bourgeois followed her all the way.
Tackle now, France, away! It's under you, here it is.
Riley. Riley back inside to O'Brien.
Stay there, girls.
O'Brien away. And Kerwat happy enough to see it go into touch.
Next one, that's going to be your mark. You front now? Yeah, perfect. How many girls?
Six. Player for us this afternoon is France number 8, Tiani Blue.
They secure the ball at line-out time. They've done that so well for most of the day. Ireland need to get it back and they need to get up the park. But at the moment, it's France who own it.
Off the leg, off the leg.
France keeping it tight, and then it goes out to Lorraine. And it is an Irish ball, so a glimmer of hope.
There's still a chance, you know, to work up the phases.
Ireland away to Italy next week. Maloney. Ireland secure the possession. That's the first part of it. Riley, that's a little bit loose. Wafer shins it. Ireland get the penalty. France offside.
Number 20. Offside.
O'Brien tries to drain every centimetre out of that, and she's brought play up to the Irish 10-metre line.
HIA.
Oh, Bourdon Sansus comes back in
Amelia,
and
move, Rena.
re-replaces Chambon. Is that how we phrase it? Maloney. The possession is secured. It was well taken by Grace Moore. Oh no. And that's it, I think. Well, there was hope for Ireland for a lot of the game. Ultimately, they take away no match points, but when you consider some of the beatings they've taken of France over the years, this does represent progress. The fact that they actually did have a chance of winning it and were in a position to do so, that is progress, although credit to France for actually getting the job done.
Absolutely. Look, Ocean fired some real shots there. They created some excellent chances. They showed some real dominance at times, I think, which is a massive step up, considering other years, you know, it seemed to be a French wave the whole time, constant pressure, whereas Ireland were dominant in the majority of this game.